Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Cook, and I'm a third-year chemical and biological engineering student here at UBC. In addition to school, I do a lot of extracurricular activities. I'm currently a residence advisor, and I have been for the past year and a half. I'm co-captain of one of the engineering design teams at ChemiCar, and I'm currently involved in a group called NGU Wellness, where we focus on mental health for first years and upper year engineering students. The reason why I mainly chose chemical engineering is just because of how versatile it is. At first, it was because my favorite subject was science, but I quickly learned that that's not really what chemical engineering is. It's very much process-based and operational based, and looking at the whole picture, not just the science that's going on in whatever industry you're working in. As I was learning more about engineering in my first year and more about process engineering or chemical engineering, that's kind of where I started to enjoy the work that I was going to hopefully do, or the subject itself. And the other thing with CHBE is that it's completely open. There are so many different industries that you could apply what you're learning and what you could work for. I'm currently working in natural gas, but I could also easily take the skills that I've learned and anything that I've done in school and also go work in the agriculture industry, go work in water treatment. It's very versatile and very unique to our program. Currently, I'm on my third co-op turn with the co-op program here at UBC. I'm currently working with BC as a gas standards engineering co-op student. What I currently do is I help procure different items for the meter sets of different items that they're needing to use out in the field and working in industry. And another part of that I do is I look at specifications, making sure that all of the items that we're using and operating with are up to code, making sure that everything's set to go and safe to use. I'd say a really big takeaway is working on projects, so specifically project management, but also just working in an office environment within engineering. I know before university, I had some really good opportunities and unique opportunities to work, but they weren't necessarily anything close to what I'm currently doing now with Fortis. So it's definitely very eye-opening working at a big company, working with other project managers, and kind of just learning the systems that they use and kind of their process on approaching different problems or aspects or projects that they need to work on. My career goals are very general. I definitely want to go into project management. That's something that I wanted to do since first year. My dad's actually a project manager, so getting to see and just listen to the stuff he was doing at work always really interested me. I personally never cared, or I don't have a preference for which industry I go into, whether it's pharmaceuticals, whether it's process or oil and gas, any of that kind of stuff. I don't necessarily have a preference. I just really want to be managing projects and kind of working with peers and groups in that kind of sense. Chemical engineering has helped with that specifically, just because there are so many industries that are applicable to chemical engineering and that you could go into with a chemical engineering degree, that having all these courses and background information has prepared me to be versatile and to understand a lot of what I could go into and what I could do with my positions. So there's a lot of fluid dynamics, thermodynamics, there's so many applications for all those courses and information that you could be learning, that it can be really flexible and be very helpful for whatever position or industry you're working in the future. If you're on the fence or you're not really sure what program you want to go into, there's definitely a lot of things you could consider and think about. One could be, what do you want to do in the future? If there's a specific goal in mind that you have when you graduate, some programs may be able to get you there better than others, so keeping that in mind. But if you don't know that, that's also perfectly fine. Another way you can kind of learn a bit more about each program is checking out their websites. I know most programs, at least with CHBE, we have a first year information session. So definitely keep an eye out for those, especially for the disciplines that you're interested in, because there you can talk to faculty members, you can talk to upper year students, and you can get some more details and information on the course curriculum there as well and ask any questions that you have. Those are really good opportunities to get more information. Another thing could just be reaching out to upper year students or fellow like peers and ask what they're doing. How did they make their decision for their discipline, etc. But definitely reaching out and collecting as much information as possible is very helpful.